some good too. She's about killing a person because when she created Cortana, she had to kill her own clone to do it. Fucking dumb. Trying to make Master Chief this the chosen one, which I don't like the fact that they did that. But yeah, the Quan story, this insurrection with the little girl, uh, is okay. It's okay. The problem is because of the way the series is made, and I think a lot of these stories that they have within the series would have worked out better if the series was a fucking anthology. Each episode was a different story. And I think that would have worked a lot better instead of this bullshit ass silver timeline. They could have just had an anthology. They could have just wowed out with an anthology. Went to all of these different areas, and it could have been. They could have used the same lore. They could have been creative with it and did some interesting shit. Like read Halo Evolutions. One of the stories in it features uh, what happens after the Halo. This human crew, goes to this ship, and they find out that the ship has Covenant on it. But the Covenant are scared because on the ship there's the flood. So the humans and the Covenant have to work together to escape the flood outbreak on that ship. And this happens right after the first Halo game. Good ass fucking story. There's another comic where there's this group of UNS, these Spartans, or no, the ODST, I think. I think the ODST. There might be, no, okay. One of them was ODST, the other story was Spartans. The ODST and going somewhere, and then the Covenant are there as well. And these creatures, I think they're actually Forerunner technology, end up kidnapping some of the Covenant and kidnapping some of the UNSC. So again, the Covenant and UNSC have to work together to free them. And they, by the end, I think they actually go their separate ways. And they're doing so. There's stories that can be told like that, isolated little stories. You know what I mean? And this is what I wrote. This is what the anthology could have been, and it would have probably been a lot better. Covenant attack the insurrections camp. That could have been a good episode. The build up to it, when it happens, and the fallout. That could have been a good episode. The Master Chief story is his backstory is they end up finding. He ends up finding this artifact, which becomes the point of contention for much of the show. Okay, what if you just had a small town, a family that lives in the countryside, and they find it? That could have been an interesting episode. What do they do? What do they discover? You know, how does it affect them? That could have been an interesting story. Soren's story about how when he got augmented, it fucked him up, and then he tried to blow up the UNSC out of frustration and the influence of an insurrectionist that had infiltrated, and then was lost in the woods lost in the woods. He was hunted while he was in the woods and stuff. Good story. That would have been a great story. They in this version, Soren was like, "Well, I don't want to be indoctrinated no more. I am Master Chief as lead." And I'm like, you just broke the indoctrination. You didn't explain what happened to make you break that indoctrination. They didn't explain what happened to him after he left. I mean, they said, yeah, he crashed and he was trying to survive for months and stuff, but we would have liked to see him. That could have been a good story. Another one. The end fight where the Spartans go to the temple to retrieve the artifact. That could have been a good story for them going there to potentially either retrieve the artifact or to kill one of the prophets, because the prophets were there. That could have been a good Spartan-based story of them infiltrating. You could have had a moment right here, right now, where take the moment where Master Chief is with Quan and they're trying to escape pursuers, change the pursuers from the UNSC, or it might even be the Master Chief. They could be a Spartan. Yeah, don't have to be a Spartan to be a fucking soldier. And they could be trying to outrun Covenant forces. Or this soldier ends up kidnapping a high-ranking insurrectionist general, and he's trying to evade the other insurrections. That would have been a good episode. There's a moment where Quan and Soren end up having to fight this guy named Vichner or something like that. It's a complete waste of characters. Fucking asshole for no reason. On the planet or whatever. And they take him down in this big, So it's like, okay, that could have been an episode of insurrectionists versus insurrectionists. Or insurrectionists versus insurrectionists sell out to the UNSC. That could have been an interesting episode. How Cortana was created. That was fucking awesome. That's one of the best sequences in the series. But just like the talk about it, the build up of creating the AI, creating clones, what I'm saying, I would have liked to see more of that. But that moment was actually pretty cool, and probably would have been better a bit more had there been more Halsey talking about the moral dilemma of doing this and the process of doing it. And is it a good idea? That would have been a good story to help feed into that. And then you got the battle on Aradenus, the second fight in episode 5, I believe. Instead of the Spartans being there kicking ass, let Keyes show how competent a fucking leader he is and lead the UNSC forces and the ODSD to fight the fucking Covenant. Because as much as I do like the fact that the Spartans were in that fight, Keyes didn't get a fucking moment, and he's a hardened veteran too. The soldiers fucking sucked ass. So it would have been nice to have seen Keyes step the fuck up and had his actual moment. And then if you want to go with the Maki character being raised in the Covenant force by the Covenant, that could have been an interesting episode to explore as well. This girl gets kidnapped by the Covenant for some reason. Maybe they experiment on her. Maybe they're trying to indoctrinate her. Maybe they're just like fucking around and just torturing people. That could have just been a good story to explore. So the way that they've done this is just like I said, I think it would have worked a bit better if it was an anthology. They could have stuck to their guns. They would have made more sense for some of the episodes to be less budgeted than the other ones. It would have helped the monotony of these characters and all this bullshit drama that's been. Because one of the arcs is Keyes and Halsey are Miranda's parents. And Miranda is kind of close to her dad in this, but she tries so damn hard to get acknowledgement from her mom. It's just fucking ridiculous what they did with this girl. Because in the lore, Halsey is as distant as she is in the show. But Miranda follows in her father's footsteps, becoming a commander herself. So she's more reserved. She's smart. She's resourceful. That same qualities you see from her father, she possesses them, making her a very strong and competent character. If you want to go with the female character, strong and competent lead female character. One of my favorite characters throughout the whole fucking series. Because she's that badass character. But in this one, she's overly emotional. She's fucking whiny. She's immature. And don't get me wrong, Olive Gray is just a beautiful woman. I would holler at her in a second. But I do. But as far as her being cast as Miranda, no. Terrible, terrible. Not only does she not, I'm sorry, she's look mixed. I don't know if she's black. I don't know if she's mixed. She's one, the wrong color. Two, just the performance, the way the character is written. Because maybe if the character was written to be better, she could actually pull it off. I don't know about her, what she does. I don't know. I haven't seen any of the shit that she's been in. So she's just overly whining the whole time. She's trying to, which is weird because I don't know if anybody else picked this up. In the lore, actual lore, she follows in the footsteps of her father because she's close to her father, and her father then raised her. In this one, I think her father had raised her, but she's following the footsteps of her mom, and it goes back, I think, to dinner politics. I'm like, that can't be coincidence. That in this side of it, she's following the footsteps of her mom, but in this side of it, she's following the footsteps of her dad, and this side she's following to the footsteps of her mom, and it's like, okay, we already got this female-centric show going on. And you playing identity politics already, so is this a part of it? Why couldn't she be more like Keyes? Reserved, smart, competent. And it's bullshit because there's only two instances I've seen in the season where Halsey has, again, going back to the lore, and this is where it kind of gets a little closer. Halsey does care about Miranda. And there's two instances that happen in the series that actually showcases that she does care about her. But the whole time, Miranda, her whole thing is she just wants her mom to acknowledge it. And I'm like, gosh, look, I get it, but damn. But she just whining, and it just, ugh. Every time I seen her on the screen, she just start talking. And I'm looking at this wondering, and maybe it's just me, but I'm like, how the fuck are you? What was she? Is she a scientist, a high-ranking scientist in the military? One, I didn't see no scientific capability about her at all. Halsey, I can say, oh, like, yeah, she's a scientist. I can see why. This girl, no, I don't believe it. No. Hell no. I don't even see her being a fucking help. I don't see why she was in there. I honestly don't believe. And for her to be like a scientist, like the head of the scientists or whatever, her own division or department or whatever, I don't fucking buy that. Stop selling me that shit. I'm not buying. I am not buying that. Again, beautiful woman, but gosh, terribly casted. I gotta say this again. I know I said earlier, I gotta say it again. Be sure that hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button. Y'all remember that now. So y'all can get the best of what we got going on here. Hit that damn notification and that like button. But I'll say this again. Sapani, dude, you would have been a badass fucking Sergeant Avery Johnson. Keys, Johnson, yeah. I would have liked you like better with that character. Now I think that they said that they're going to go ahead and they greenlit a season 2. So it's like, okay, is Avery Johnson going to show up? And is Avery Johnson? I hate to say Johnson because I was thinking perverted stuff when I say that. So is Johnson? Is he gonna? I'm saying AJ. Is AJ gonna be in the second season? And if so, is he gonna be black or white? I think with this series, just ultimately, really the visual aspect of it is what carries it. The action sequences are good. Seeing like the warthog, seeing the weapons, the suits, the armors, the aliens, the worlds, and stuff like that is just are cool. It's cool. But beneath that, the performances really aren't much to run home about. Although there's, some do better than others. I like Jean Taylor as Cortana. I think she does a really good job. Natasha, I don't know what this lady's name is. McLean, I don't know. She does a good job as Halsey. Don't like the direction Halsey goes, but I could say, hey, she does a good job as Halsey. She does seem a little too young to be the character. Instead of her looking like the Master Chief mom, she looks like Master Chief girlfriend. So I don't buy it. The casting is a little bit questionable on that as well. Also, I didn't give credit to these people, but I'm gonna give it to them now. The people that played the other three Spartans, Mia, what is that? Mia. Oh, it's Riz, Vatic, and Kai. Those three were fucking awesome. I really enjoyed them, especially Kai's character too, because she seemed to be did a bit smarter with her, because she ends up finding out that Chief is losing is not indoctrinated anymore, so she kind of follows his footsteps. But the way she does it feels more natural, feels better. She's not stupid. She's not going out the way doing the dumb shit that he's doing, and which is crazy because you know what? It was a fucking battle. I got to bring this up. It was a load of horse shit. In the second fight, at this point, her and Chief, or they broke the indoctrination. They remove the chips that are basically human. She finds out she does it, and he's like, "Well, you're not fit for duty." I'm like, "What the fuck? She ain't done none of the shit that you've done," which uh, doesn't make any sense because he should have been in jail for some of the stuff that he did. He broke protocol. He threatened superior officer. He disobeyed superior officer several fucking times. Put one in fucking danger. Damn near killed one. I went to assault, like the shit that the list of shit that this dude did. What he probably would have been court-martialed. But I get to that, like, well, he's like the face of like the soldiers. Like, no, fuck that. You could have tied his hands or something to where he couldn't do shit or something. He literally faced no consequences for his for his any of his actions in this series. But anyways, at this point, both of them have been in numerous battles, both against the Covenant and against human insurrections. So they've had 20 plus years of experience in the military. She broke the indoctrination, he broke the indoctrination. The fight starts between the UNSC and the Covenant. Pretty badass fucking battle, one of the best. And she sees some soldiers get killed, and then she starts breaking down. And I'm like, they try to play it off as, oh, okay, because she's not indoctrinated anymore, she actually feels emotions. So when she sees people get killed, it affects her. But I'm like, even past that shit, she's had 20 plus years of experience. And if you want to be generous, okay, we'll say 10 years of, let's say 10 years of fighting, Covenant and humans. That experience alone would teach you to be more reserved in the fight. So that way you wouldn't break down. And then after the fight, you break down. Yeah, it'd be different if this was a soldier first going into battle and seeing all of this. Like, no, she's been in battle. Well, even if she does break the indoctrination, she still has that skill set, that experience. It doesn't just turn off because they try to make it seem like because they're not robots that that's what's going to happen. I'm like, that's bullshit. And if that's the case, then why the Master Chief didn't do it? So I didn't like that. That did piss me off. But and even with the storyline with the stupid artifact, fucking dumb. For some reason, he can touch the artifact and shit only happen. And they try to make it seem like it's just like deep shit. You're like, okay, well, he's seeing like the beginning of the universe. He's seeing like the forerunners and stuff like that. He's seeing the quantum physics and all of this stuff. No, he sits there, touches the artifact, and just gets his memories back of when he was 6, of which most of us don't fucking remember.
Boom, getting headshots while I'm sniping. Cool. Disappear like a
So I'm like, gosh. So the whole artifact thing didn't really make any sense either. And what its place was in what it meant. You know what I mean? What the purpose of it was. You think an artifact will lead them to the Halo? It doesn't. And even like Maki's character, it's not like she touched the Halo and then she saw the same fucking thing. When she touches it, it turns into a fucking weapon. Just, ugh. But yeah, the right, but if I could say that the worst thing about this show is, it's gotta be the writing. A lot of the characters, portrayals, the storylines, all of that could have been done better. And even then, I said with the anthology series, I mapped out some shit, and it was much better. Just the writing wanted to include all of the stupid ass human drama that nobody gave a fuck about. Hello, I mean, like I said, in the series, is there drama? Yes. Is there a lot of shit going on between human characters? Yes. Is there the bullshit going on with the war and the insurrectionists and stuff like that? Yes, there is. But it was the shit that was in this series. It just felt like I was watching CW. Just a bunch of bullshit. Nobody gave a fuck about in the slightest. And it's crazy because I'm more open about stuff like that. Like with the whole thing with Halsey and Paragoski. Okay, I was actually interested. I was interested in that. See a bit more power play of what's going on beside the UNSC. seeing more of what the UNSC and insurrectionist war was like, the propaganda, how people actually like there's this authoritative uh, government going on against people that don't want it. Like I like stuff like that because it gives so much depth to the backdrop of the main story and stuff. It gives depth to storylines, different characters and stuff. But just the way that this show does it, fucking atrocious. Sucks. Sucks ass. Just a bunch of meaningless drama.
The Mojave. No one's gonna stop me. I'm making way so big that the damn
So
road block me. Don't give a hoover damn.
I would
These raps making
I,
music in my
honestly,
head so explosive. Watch me
I would
make
say
it
don't
on
watch
the
this.
square. Camp searchlight. Lead
It's
up
a
pretend is my birthright.
terrible
Fantastic
Halo
to
show,
forget. Healing is
and
the
it's
work
just a
right.
bad
On a road.
show
I just
altogether
put 'em
because,
like
like
a
I said, the
stove.
writing is
Any
just
ghost
fucking
be group
atrocious.
here. I
It's
dispose those
stupid. It doesn't
abominable.
make any
The way I slay
sense. And
abominations.
that's the
Breaking
thing
bones
about it.
now that my fire is
I have
concentrated.
a
I lay
great
on the
rating system.
ground, lay with broken limbs.
I have
If you
several
won't
of them.
drown the
I have a
pain,
special
then
rating
knock up
system.
these chems. Leave you in the
If
ditch, won't be saved by
And it's
time to
rated in
take
two
your
ways.
better medical expenses are gonna
One,
be
if you
monumental.
are themed or based on some lore or something,
Gotta get it.
if it works, that's one thing. And if it doesn't work, is it entertaining?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like if you can watch a comedy, the comedy might not be funny. It might fail at being funny, but if it's still an entertaining watch, good. This one ain't a
Boom.
good Halo
Getting
show,
headshots
and
while
it
I'm
ain't a good
sniping.
show at all.
Cool.
It ain't an
Dishes
entertaining
clean
show at
and the
all.
night
It's
can't fly like a
frustrating as fucking
blowfly.
bang.
Sting like a
Y'all want to
mosquito.
see, hear
Please let
more of
me
my
know.
thoughts about it
Is
though,
that
check out the
multi-drug or
website. I did
death
review all
clone?
of the
Breaking that you
episodes.
all in
So
my reach.
for
Check
season
off that
one,
petty
and if
just
there is a
win.
season two
Legendary
coming, I
now.
will
Breaking on. High
probably be
security
ranting and
shots
raving how
breaking
stupid
on.
that is
Like
too.
house
Although I
fire
will try to give
breaking
it a
up.
shot because they do have
Epidemic.
room
Night
to
stalkers spitting
improve.
venom when I'm
They're
spitting
probably
pain.
not.
Doubt there
But
still be
I'm
another
gonna call it
million
here.
things. Have them laying face down
This is
in a red
it
rock
for
canyon.
my
Let
review
you wreck
of
and rock if you
Halo,
mess with my
the
companions. I'm the smartest man.
series.
You talking Steve's Mark
In the
man.
comment section
I'm
below,
making
guys, let
parties
me know
big
what are your
cause from
thoughts.
the start
Did you like
I
it?
was
Did you
raised
not
from
like
the
it? Do you
grave.
agree
Tell
with
me
any of
which
my
way.
points?
Dip
How
in
could it have been
ego
better? Are you
and
looking
let them be
forward
my
towards the
switchblade.
season two? And if so, what can I do to make the show much better? And also, do you think Pablo? In fact, give me your thoughts about the casting because I thought it was pretty bad, aside from Cortana. But anyways, definitely catch you guys later. Hope y'all enjoyed the view. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and notification button to get the best what we got going on this channel. And catch you guys later.